Hey, what's up everybody? I have a Gold Keeper video for you today, the new mythical map in the Tuesday dungeon. And this guy is the new evolution material required for certain ultimates, like Kieran, the new Siegfried and Kuchu ultimates, those two heroes. And Pad Guide also says that they are used in the Wind Mech Dragon Ultimate Evolution and the Dark Mech Dragon Ultimate Evolution. And all of them are slowly making their way over to the North American version of the game. And I guess they put this dungeon out before the Ultimates actually came out because it can give the opportunity for some players to get a head start on their Ultimate Evolutions, and it gives more content for some players to do. And with that said, this dungeon is pretty hard. It requires a team that is sort of high-end, which really sucks because the non-in-app purchase players may not be so well equipped to deal with such a dungeon. But I was looking at a few things, and apparently the Twinlets are supposed to be included in the PAL Egg Machine sometime, like during those rare EVA material events, and both of them are 7-star evolution materials, and the Gold Keeper is also a 7-star EVA material. So maybe he will be included in the PAL Egg Machine as well during those rare EVA material events. And hopefully that will be the case because I saw a lot of angry comments on Facebook about how tough the Gold Keeper is. But I don't know, a lot of the comments on Facebook are pretty angry comments. Okay, so a lot of the teams that have an easy time with this dungeon involve dual Echidna for double delay. And the thing about this dungeon is that all of the keepers round 1 through 5 come in at a 3 wait timer. So running double delay is very good because you can stall for more turns if you absolutely need to. And running 2 Echidnas as the delay users is probably the best bet because not only can their skill cooldown be much faster due to the available skill ups, but she also has incredibly high recovery, which helps a lot against the preemptive strikes from the keepers. The team that I'm running here is a Horus team with just a single delay, but I'm also running Kushinada for the damage reduction ability and as a wood sub to complete the rainbow that is needed when running a Horus team. And that damage reduction ability sort of serves as another delay because it allows me to survive a hit from the keepers on round 4 and 5. So let's talk about the stats on these keepers. The first 3 keepers, red, blue, and green, they all have around 633,000 hit points, and they all preemptive hit you for a little over 9,500 damage, and they all normally hit for a little under 13,000 damage. The keepers on round 4 and 5 are light and dark respectively, and they both have nearly 1.5 million hit points. They preemptive hit you for almost 17,000 damage, and their attacks do 22.5 thousand points of damage. So those two are definitely the harder ones and will give you the most problems if you are not prepared for them. That said, you want to use rounds 1, 2, and 3 to stall on the keepers and help build your skills in time for the Gold Keeper on round 6. And you may also need to use your skills on rounds 4 or 5, depending on a number of factors, such as the number of heart orbs that drop so you can heal back up, or if you have a completely non-compliant board, like you can't push out enough damage to kill the keeper before it attacks you and kills you. We still have some time before we catch up to the Gold Keeper in this video, so I want to talk about the benefits of this dungeon. This map drops all colors of the keepers, and it seems to be 100% drop on all colors. I'm not sure if that is the 2x drop during the event weeks, but most of the time, you wouldn't necessarily run any dungeon that isn't on an enhanced drop. So this dungeon drops red, blue, green, light, and dark keepers, and you also get the Gold Keeper at the end. The Rainbow Keeper has a chance to invade, so there is a chance that you can also get him here as well, but if you only need Rainbow Keeper, then it's better just to run his dungeon. So if this Keeper dungeon costs 50 stamina, and the red, blue, and green Keeper dungeons cost 25 stamina apiece, running this dungeon for Keeper materials is indefinitely more stamina efficient, and it also drops the light and the dark Keepers, which only one of them drops at random from the 30 stamina Rainbow Keeper dungeon, and only one of them has a chance to invade on the red, blue, and green Keeper dungeons. So if you can reliably complete this map, it will become your #1 source for Keeper materials. I do also want to throw in that this dungeon makes it very easy to skill up the golems, or the mech warriors when they are fully evolved. All of the mech warriors have the defensive stance skill, and so do all of the keepers, except for the gold keeper. So every time you complete this dungeon, you will get 5 skill up materials for those mech warrior units. It's a very efficient skill up dungeon if you use the mech warriors in any of your formations, and it comes around every Tuesday, so it's not going anywhere. Then any extra gold keepers that you get can be fused for 15,000 light monster experience. And that may sound like blasphemy to fuse a gold keeper, but I guess that's more of a note to the in-app purchase players who have tons of EVA materials just sitting around. And it's also well known that light monsters are very hard to power up because there's not many gold dragon dungeons that come around. Alright, so Dark Keeper down, and now we come across the Gold Keeper. This guy has 7 million hit points, and that is something to take note of. Pretty much all of the teams I have seen beat it involve gravity users, whether it be Double Hera like you see here, or a Kieran team that has access to her own mini gravity skill along with a high damage output leader skill, or a Zeus team who has his own Wrath of God gravity skill along with the helper Zeus. I saw a few teams using Zeus as a sub to take advantage of his gravity skill, but either way, gravity has proven to be a very successful method for killing Gold Keeper. 2 gravities will cut his hit points down to below half, so after that you would only need to deal around 3.4 million damage to kill him. He sets up a preemptive skill that absorbs all dark attacks, and it lasts for 3 turns, and there's nothing you can do about it. So dark teams can't really put in work until those turns are over. One thing that is pretty cool about double gravity is that it will take away his light bar, so right off the bat he becomes a red element instead of a light. This means that he no longer takes double damage from dark, which would end up healing him because of his preemptive skill. Dark attacks only deal base damage to fire monsters, so it makes the work a little easier. Other than that, it just becomes a race to chip him down and kill him before he uses his Hand of Destruction skill, which deals over 100,000 points of damage. And that is where dual delay comes in handy. The Gold Keeper always has a 2-timer, so each Echidna delay is going to give you 5 total turns of putting out the most damage that you can. One thing I do want to make clear about this dungeon is that you need to manage your health properly every round. Because every keeper preemptive hits you, except the Gold Keeper, you want to make sure that you have enough health before killing a keeper, because the next one will come in and perform a preemptive hit. And this is important on all rounds, but definitely most important when going into rounds 4 and 5 with the light and dark keepers, because they preemptive hit for almost 17,000 points of damage. And with that said, I do want to say that running Horus is probably not the best way to take out this dungeon. It's sort of tricky. I failed a few runs because the sky drops triggered his leader skill, and I killed the keeper without healing back up to survive the preemptive hit from the following round. And this happened the most going into round 4, because the green keeper on round 3 takes double damage from the dominant fire attribute on Horus teams. So if you're running a Horus team, definitely make sure to watch out for that, and you probably want to spend all your time stalling on rounds 1 and 2. Regarding the non-in-app purchase teams, the closest I have seen was a Zeus team. It was Zeus, Valk, 2 Echidnas, and Angel Lion. Zeus has the strong gravity skill, and Angel Lion has the same active skill as Clash of Clans Healer and Big Shiny, just with better stats. It's a guard stance light, it turns all dark orbs into heal orbs, so it had the ability to make heart orbs and heal back up. And the only thing about that team was that it was stocked with plus eggs, because you need a certain amount of health to survive the preemptive hits. And that's really all I have to say about the Gold Keeper. Just manage your health well, be confident in your combos, and take the Gold Keeper out. As always, I would like to thank you all for watching my video. Post a comment if you wish. I read all of them, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.